Alright, just to start off, this video is going to be a little bit different from my other ones. These videos are going to be a reflection on a course that I've just started taking. It's called The Healer's Art. It's an elective course that my school offers. It's only 40 students in it, and I think it only has about 5 sessions. So this is just going to be my reflections about the course and my thoughts, and I'll have a chance to maybe look back on these someday and see what I was thinking, and I don't know, to keep myself accountable to the different things, and I don't know, seeing my thought process. And if you want to watch and kind of follow along and reflect on these questions yourself, feel free. And this is just kind of my reflections of the course. So like I said, it's called The Healer's Art. I'm just going to read a description of the course. It says, the healer's art addresses the growing loss of meaning and commitment experienced by physicians in today's stressful healthcare system. Prospective physicians arrive in medical school with high ideals and altruism, but many of them report that during residency and later practice, their high principles seem to atrophy and fall away. The rate of physician dropout is climbing, owing to many external and internal pressures that wear away at the ideals and goals of many. The Healer's Art is a process-based course that enables students and faculty to come together as a sharing community that helps both develop the ability to find meaning in their chosen career and throughout their lives. So that's a description of the course. There's 5 sessions and kind of 4 main ideas that we're going to talk about. So tonight was the first course, and the theme was discovering and nurturing wholeness, or kind of balance is what we talked about. We'll have one on grief and loss, another one on mystery and awe, and the last one's going to be on service. So that's kind of the outline of the course. And so tonight we focus on wholeness, and these are just some of the comments that our physician that was leading the course talked about. So kind of the main point that he wanted to point out was who you are is much more important than what you know. So again, it's who you are is much more important than what you know. And that's different, I think, than anything we've thought. And any of us being in medical school, it's all about education, and you're going to learn these things and take tests and repeat this, and you never get time to focus on who you are, what you are, and focusing on the emotions and your intuition and things like that. So that was a really interesting statement, that it's who you are is much more important than what you know. And he talks about how it is very important what you know, obviously the intellect, and you have to know the diagnoses and, you know, what would help the person in this case and stuff. So that just means that who you are is even more important than that. So let's see. He talks about that there's nothing unprofessional about being a human being, and that if you only follow intellect, you'll fail not only yourself, but you're going to fail your patient. And if you just have the knowledge and you have nothing else, that you're not going to help heal that patient. It's not all about curing a patient, it's about healing a patient. And so that was really interesting, and that started kind of the course and got you thinking. And he posed a question to us, is what, because we're in our second year of med school now, what have you had to leave behind, or what do you not bring to medical school just because you don't think it'll fit in, or it's part of you but you don't bring it to medical school? And he passed out paper and crayons, and we all got to sit and lay on the ground, and for 15 minutes we're going to draw a picture, which is kind of interesting. Put a whole bunch of medical students together, and no creativity. When was the last time I picked up a crayon? But I thought it was really fun. And so, let's see. I will show you. You have to forgive this, but I wanted to make this for myself, and so I don't think I'm going to keep this picture, but I wanted to show it at least so I have remembrance of it. So I kind of actually drew what it is. That is my beautiful picture. You can see the beautiful stick figure here, the person with their hands up, mouth open, and just all these colors. And what I guess I don't bring is excitement. And anyone who knows me is like, what are you talking about? You know, you're a really exciting person and all this excitement and energy. And while it's true, I definitely feel I have to tone it down. I mean, who is that excited about medical school? No one I know. I can't go up and be like, yeah, med school, great, awesome. People just laugh at you and, oh, when you're talking about med school, it's hard. And I feel like it has like this tone to it that it can't be enjoyable and it can't be fun and you can't be excited about it. So that's something that I tuck away and have to kind of keep the reins back and I hold back. So that's just something I know about myself. And with patients, I can't, I mean, every room I'm not going to open up, hey, how's it going? And, be all happy and excited. So that is something I seem to have toned back since being in medical school, especially being, with my family sometimes. I get home and so I want to talk about is, oh, medical school and I learned this and this is so cool. This is what I experienced. And I don't know, I remember a time my dad even made a rule, like no talking about medical school at the table. So I don't know, the excitement and energy is something I feel that I've had to tone back and I can't be, I guess, true to myself in expressing that emotion. Anyways, so that's my awesome picture and what my reflection on what I don't bring to medical school is. And then we broke up into small groups, and I won't share any personal things from my group or anything, but we got to sit down and talk about balance and what it was for us and if we struggle with it and how we deal with it. And I don't know, it's a really interesting question because you hear about balance, at least in our school, we've talked about balance, I feel, from day one. And, you are a person, you're not just, your whole life isn't medical school per se. And I don't know, I guess I've been aware of balance the whole time. So I think that already gives us a leg up from, maybe a generation or two ago of physicians or, I don't know, other people at other schools. And it's always been important to me. Anyways, we talked about balance and being a seasoned second year. I think that's one thing that's different from first year is that I feel like my life is much more balanced now. Second year, at least I don't know, somehow accepting or adapted to this lifestyle. And I thought of a picture as first year I thought of balance, with, I don't know, the picture with like the thing and it comes down and you have two things hanging from it. And, one side was med school and the other side was, I guess, anything non-med school. I don't even know what you'd put on the other side to balance it out. And I always picture, med school has a huge weight on it and takes up most of my time and energy. And the other one, is up here. And I constantly trying to, maybe I'm supposed to be pulling things off med school. Maybe I'm not supposed to be focusing on it so much and putting more time into the other side. And that was always impossible to do. And I always felt guilty that I wasn't doing enough, or, oh, I didn't make this phone call, or I didn't text this one person back, or I don't know, it just kind of was overwhelming and just made me feel so guilty. And I was not happy. It was not balanced or anything. And so now my new picture of balance is I picture kind of a level, thing like here and here's med school and here's non-med school, and I picture this little triangle that's holding it up. And you can see over here, I think I said med school was, would be heavy and coming down here. And so what I would do is I would just move the fulcrum over, and then it would be balanced. And it depended on the week, it depended on the day, the month, anything like that. And that was balanced to me, and I had to accept it. And this is my lifestyle, and you get done what you need to get done. Am I happy? Am I healthy? Am I enjoying life? And yes, those are all met. So that's, I guess, to me right now, what balance is. And I'm a little bit fortunate in that my significant other, my husband, is in med school with me. So I don't know if that helps with the balance, in that we both seem to have similar goals and priorities. And instead of having to try to, I don't know, combine two different lifestyles, we kind of have one similar one. So I think that definitely helps the balance. And I don't know. So those are my reflections about the class. I can't think of anything else that we talked about. Oh, we all journal. Our group leader, she's so sweet. They're all, our group leaders are physicians, and there's 6 of us, and gave us a little journal. And the proverb kind of for tonight was not seeing new things, but seeing the same things with new eyes. And so in our life, we might not meet the president or, go travel to some country and see something really cool. You might see a lot of the same things, but it's a matter of reflecting and then seeing them with different eyes and seeing them with a different, I don't know, idea behind it. And so the 3 questions that we're supposed to reflect on maybe every day or every week is: what surprised me today? What moved or touched my heart? And what inspired me? And so this is just, I mean, obviously we live our life pretty routinely the same thing every single day, but just to take a moment at the end of the day and think of these things. And even though our lives may seem like same day in, day out, same thing, boring, same routine, study, take a test, study, take a test, it'll hopefully help me think, oh, what did I notice today, or what was surprising, or I don't know, bring kind of more emotion into medical school, and not forget to focus on who I am. Yes, you have to know the intellect, and yes, you have to know the knowledge, but to focus on yourself and to know who you are and what you're becoming. Because I don't want to look back at my early 20s and middle 20s and think, oh, life, I was just in med school, I don't remember anything about it. I want to enjoy these years. And so those are my reflections, and yeah, that's it. I will let you know. I think we have the next class in, I think, 2 weeks, so I'll record another video there. Let me know what your reflections are on this, and if your school offers any other course like this. I think he mentioned 90 schools. I think he even said like from the US and Canada and other countries have courses like this, and there's only actually 2 osteopathic medical schools that have it, which is interesting because part of the osteopathic mission statement is kind of about wholeness and everything. So I don't know, let me know your reflections, or if your school offers any other courses like this, or if you've put any thought into these things. I'd love to hear them, and yeah, have a good night.